The drunken escapades of the Brotherhood of the Dark Star. The group began to extend notice. They were once again available for hire. A man walks in wearing a damp cloak, its color long since stained brown from grime. Grime that no fuller could release. He approaches the bar and orders an ale, offering a coin and asking a hushed question. The barkeep nodding in your direction, he turns and looks. Approaching your table, sets the ale down, a small stack of coins. Says, "We seek someone who knows death as a weapon, not merely a fear." And looking at this, you were said to walk with the dead and return without apology. We need that. And passing a scrap of paper with
we, and who sent you?
Passing a piece of paper with an address on it. Says tomorrow, 1 hour after sundown. And he turns and moves to leave.
Be warned, friend. This is a trap. Your head is mine.
Roll me a d6. Yeah, no. As he's leaving, you don't catch any way to tell where he came from or what is it? Walking out.
Is there a window we can cross to or see where he heads out?
You could try.
Well, Ka just said I'm going to see how many coins are in this bag and where the note says.
I'm sorry, say again, Dick?
As Ka starts moving towards the door to see if he can find where the man headed. As you open up the door to look out, you're looking out into the street. It's raining. It's misty, and looking up and down the street, you can't see where this guy went. But as you turn around to come back, you see the barkeep, Dirk Silverhand. He's approaching, holding the coin, and he says, "Who was that? And where did you get this?" And it's an old mint. And he says, "This is an old mint coin, pre-guild, pre-temple. Still good, but I've not seen very many in my lifetime." And as you look at the coins that are in the bag, there's 50 gold coins in the bag. They're bigger than a standard gold coin. They're almost flat and smooth. Like it's really hard to tell what was on them. That's how old they are. And as you're looking at the address, you're familiar with where it is. It's down in the dock area where a lot of the accountants have their offices for the shipping companies.
Apparently, he's a potential client with a very odd request. So we shall see tomorrow. But I keep that coin. I think its value is far greater than what it is on its face.
It may very well be. Like as I said, I've not seen very many. What is your next move?
Looking around the group,
So
it seems we have a job offer for tomorrow. If you all are interested.
To go where? Sorry,
To go meet a guy.
What he said, just to go meet a guy at this point. All right. Well,
Yes.
Sounds innocent enough.
we
What?
need time today. Might as well get paid for it.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree.
What neighborhood is the address in
It's
that he gave?
Dock ward.
yeah, it's in the dock ward. It's not in the fish gut district. It's more of the shipping ward. Stuff where
Yeah, that's the Box Boys territory.
if you recall the shadow guy that when you returned his shadow, that's where he worked. That area.
The Box Boy. Okay. I have some contacts with some of the ne'er-do-wells, if you will, down in that area, and I can have those boys watch the area and report back to me and see if there's anything out of the ordinary with this guy, and we can kind of describe what this creepy skulking guy kind of looks like.
My friend, he sought me by name. You know it's going to be creepy.
That means I'm gonna have to pay an extra disc.
He's one of Dis's folk.
I'm not happy about that. The street urchin kids, I'm gonna have to pay them a little more. Okay? Jeez Louise. All right. But yeah, I just want to collect intel just so that my buddy, my friend Dis and all of us can just get a layout of what's going on before we get there. Right? Like I'm gonna have one of my contacts kind of have those kids surveil their block, let me know if there's anything that's going on with it, and to report back to me when we decide to meet with the prospective employer. Then we can at least have a little bit of intel of kind of if they can pick up anything. I'm not saying they can, but it's worth a shot. I just want to know what we're going into. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
To make a trip to the weapons store in the morning to pick up the item I am now trained in.
Absolutely.
I shall renew myself at the temple and be ready for battle.
And anything Bork would like to accomplish before?
Other than restock and be prepared, and that's it. I'm the Boy Scout. Be prepared.
Be prepared. As Daglin wakes in the morning and heads out towards the area where they're going to be headed, and picks up catches the eye of one of his contacts. What's his name?
Jerison.
Jerison. What does Jerison look like?
Jerison's a small, probably half Kimmery Celt, half Viking, kind of a mixed kid, like a mixed blood kid. Probably about 12 years old. And he's got a kind of decent length to him, because the gang uses him as a runner. So he's almost like has that cross country build. So even though he's like a 12-year-old kid, he's got kind of like that long kind of stride already. So his height beguiles his age. So he's a little tall for his age, but he's a kid.
Yeah. So he looks at Gross. What are you doing here? Do you know what's going on?
Well, we at the North Star with the Brotherhood here, we've needed some intel on what's going on in this neighborhood. There's a prospective client of ours that we believe may be double dealing us. we need you to take a look with your people and watch this area around the docks for the next 24 hours, and then report back to me here, and let me know what's going on. And tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., I want you to meet me back here and tell me what you've discovered. This is the man we're looking for. And I kind of go over, and Dis has used charcoal and had some of the bone thing draw with the bone things while he was in the bed. Just had the zombies drawing it for him, and basically made this awesome sketch of like of the guy with the cloak. So that's what I kind of hand to him. I hand to him that, and that's what I tell him to do.
Looks and he says, "No, why are you here? You're one of the biggest liars in the city. You need to be very careful."
It's 9.
Jesserin, what an ugly thing to say. honestly, I'm hurt here. You know, I mean, just to think, I started as you.
Stop. I care. I know what you bring. But if you continue to lie, you're going to become a target. Please be careful.
I shall, young lad, I shall. But always remember this: one man's lie is another man's truth. Oh, and here you go. I took this. And I give him back his coin that I took from his pocket while we were standing next to each other.
You are going to be in big trouble. Just be careful.
One day, if they catch us.
Just be careful.
Just let it be known throughout the streets here that the Brotherhood of the Dark Star is not to be trifled with. Now go on and do your job.
Damn, bro.
He runs back and takes off and
I channeled my inner Dis and Varcoon right there.
Proud of you.
So as you go through the day, Dis picks up a new weapon, war scythe. It's probably about 8.5 feet long, with a big, huge knife blade on the end of it. And it looks like he can hang on to it. Looks like he can wield it. As evening approaches, you all seem to be having some final preparations and head down to the counting house. And by arrangement, there's no writ, no banner, summoned to a shuttered counting house overlooking the harbor. You
rap on the door.
Rap on the door and hear a voice. Who goes there?
We're expected by invite.
Ooh. And you see the door open a crack, and inside there are 2 members of the city watch, and they open the door, and he said, "Come in, please." And they usher you in and motion for you guys to head upstairs.
Well, this is interesting. I'll go upstairs.
As you all walk in, there's 2 more city guards there, city watch there, and a guy in a hood. He stands up and he walks over and lays down on a table a big slate. Not a big slate, a decent sized slate. And looking at it, and he says, the port, Chromarium does not sleep, it festers. In the last 10 days, 3 bodies have been dragged from the lower districts near the seawall. A dock guard, a hired sword, and 1 caravan enforcer. None bore signs of rot. Their flesh was all cold and preserved, their wounds sealed by blackened scar tissue crusted with salt, as though death itself had paused its sentence.
Do you have one of these corpses?
This, we have not. We would like to keep this under wraps.
I may be able to glean what caused their death.
We had not thought this far ahead, Warlock. But if you look,
Where are the bodies?
We've burned them. It's, these creatures that are committing these murders, they're not mindless dead. They choose, they judge, and they answer only to those who understand death as duty, not as fear. And he slides this slate across the table. It's a map of Lower Chromarium. He says, there's a tide wall on the end, and you guys are kind of familiar. Daglin is probably the most familiar with what's down there. He says, these bodies were found within 3 streets of this place, and he points to the central point on the map. And he says, we need this vault sealed again, or finished. Payment is offered, discretion is demanded. And he flips out.
Hey, Daglin. It means keep your mouth shut.
Damn, bro.
He flips out a sealed coffer with 1,200 more coins, same type that you had been given the other night. Says these are spendable within the city, but quietly. It's enough to matter, but it's not really the real price. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a salt-stained bronze sigil ring and hands it over. He says, this will grant you passage where the watch will not follow. So, above table, it will give you unrequited access to sealed tunnels, condemned dockworks, and watch-restricted ruins for the duration of this job. Once per session, it will allow you to override a watch patrol or a city functionary without a roll.
Nice.
And when
John, is all this printed and the stuff? I'm sorry, is all the stuff that you're saying now is printed and stuff we can review later as well? Will it be in
no, I'll get the ring stuff done as well. The slate for sure I'll have out. I've got a hand up for the slate.
Yeah, because I'm only so bright. I'm gonna 100% have to look at this and read.
No
through it
worries.
and make sure. Yeah. Continue. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to confirm.
No worries. And when Dis either touches the slate or slips the ring onto his finger, you hear something behind in your thoughts. A cadence, not words, drill memory, formation breath. It feels military in your mind. And of course, when you're in the crypt, anything you find there is yours.
We will need access to the shop when we return, where these coins can be spent with no questions asked, since discretion is the game.
We may be able to offer an exchanger.
It's what we
Sooner the
do.
better then. Shall we, gentlemen? It appears that we have a contract.
What are we going to do?
It's what we do. Fingering his new hand axes.
Nice.
Excellent.
Farcoon,
Yes.
would your temple aid us in potions, or do we have any left?
I do not wish to ask. We have gone to that well too many times at this moment.
I still
Very
have
well.
the potion of healing myself. So.
Okay. Well then, let us finish this task before they change their mind and make us the target. 'Cause
Agreed.
It feels like a suicide mission.
Thinking about what you might need to do and looking at the plan, you're returning, leaving the lower wharf district and some of the tangle of fishmonger stalls and leaning tenements, and looking down some of the alleys, and you can see the ropes strung between buildings where people are hanging their laundry or they're drying some fish or what have you. It is raining. Again, not hard, just enough to make the lantern light look a little blurry. As you're moving with purpose to get out of the rain, moving towards moving in that direction, you begin to notice that the city isn't behaving normally. A fruit seller seems to be closing up his shop and pulling in his wares. A drunk seems to be stumbling away instead of begging. See some dock hands would normally be nosing about, seem suddenly uninterested. The street narrows. Then ahead, all of a sudden a cart gets tipped over in the street. Behind you, you can hear a tavern door slam shut. You see red cloth appearing in the rain. You see 7 individuals. Not uniformed, but they're all marked. Every one of them wearing a strip of the vermilion cloth around their wrist, tied in their hair, stitched onto a collar. Old dark superstition. Red wards against salt ghosts. The leader steps forward, rain running off of his hood. He's got a great big cleaver in one hand and then a hooked axe in the other. The rest of them all have clubs and knives, short spear. They don't look seasoned at all. The leader steps up. He says, "You are carrying something that kills liars after they die. That's bad for business. Hand it over." And we all walk away breathing.
If you don't move, we're walking away, and I add you to my collection.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want to fight.
Then don't impede my path.
We need
Shaw
that.
will cross someplace
we
where he
have
has a
work
clear
to
line
do.
of sight and start fiddling with his new axes.
We have work to do, and you're impeding on it.
Yeah.
We,
Shaw will
we,
just stare at the one that's actually doing the talking.
we want that tunnel collapsed. We want it sealed. Says,
And that is what we plan to do.
well, we do need to know. Half my people broke contracts just to eat. That crypt wakes all the way up. This city drowns in blood. And he looks to Daglin. He says, "You're Macross. You should be worried."
Actually, Ka looks at the guy and says, "What does kill liars after they're dead mean?"
They don't die. You don't die. Your soul stays within.
If you lie?
So he says, anybody who has broken an oath is a target.
Everybody.
Yes, the city will
You speak
drown in blood.
nonsense. Sounds like your competition. Get out of the way. We'll take care of it.
And as he says, we'll be watching. And Declan knows who these guys are. They're a group called the Vermilion Tide, and they run in the city. They're not a huge threat, but they run a few things. It's this
They could be no threat here in a minute.
this
Deglin?
In
So-
Thieves' Cant, I look to the leader, and I tell him in Thieves' Cant, you were very close to having this end the wrong way that your boss didn't want it to. My friends here were killers. We've been killing and dispatching of foes and doing the god awfulest things since before you were sucking on your mom's teat. This could have been a bad explanation. You're lucky my friend Dis here has a little bit of patience, or else this could have went a different way. I was like, yeah, that's what I tell them.
well, if you're willing to parlay, we have information that may help you. If not, we can leave.
Be quick with what you want and what you need to say. I say in Thieves' Cant.
We don't need to share anything with those unwilling to help.
And how
And
would
they-
the Brotherhood of the Dark Star help you?
We want that crypt sealed
As do
and
we.
finished.
So as do we. Parlay then, yes? And then I turn over to Dis. Hey, they're great kids. They're just a little misunderstood.
I can give you the name of 3 oath breakers right now that have already been marked.
Do you have the bodies?
No, these are people that are still walking today. They've already been marked. But we do ask one thing. Destroy the binding. Do not attempt to control it. There is one that still walks. Their leader.
Upon completion, we will address our fees.
We wish you
Sound like a very good
nothing but luck. We will deliver you 3 names later this evening. We walk
Very
away.
well. And we'll continue on our path once they move, obviously.
Yes, they begin to slink away and move away as the parlay starts to go. Everybody seems to back off, and but they you get a sense that something else is about. Let's get Bort to give me a let me D6. Four. Yeah, no, you don't quite see it. Something in passing. Heading back. To silver pick. Thoughts about what you're about to tackle? Questions? Concerns? For each other?
So we've been hired to clean out this fissure or opening in some sort of sewer system or underground area that has turned up some oddly looking corpses. We agreed to that. Now these pack of assholes show up and say
They want the same thing.
They want the same thing, and I'm still a little confused on what this. It kills liars, and then he gave us a list of some liars that are already out there that have somehow been marked for death.
He said that they would send the names of 3 people, oath breakers, that were already marked.
And we can look them up perhaps for the next time these things are going to strike. Maybe try to get there first. Maybe try to get them sequestered someplace or protected someplace, so we make whatever this thing is come to us.
So these
Or
are the
we just-
possible
Go look at
targets.
it. Yeah.
Or we just go close this thing up. For I fear this is one of those that is a suicide mission, but if we survive, the payment will be worth it. This is one of those risk versus reward, and the huge risk that we take, the payout will be equally so.
Jose.
And if we're dead, we won't know.
If I'm going in, I want to cut.
That's right.
I can't believe we're walking into certain death. If I'm going in, I want to cut.
That's right. I can't send my kids to state school, and we need to.
I know that's certain death. We're kind of badasses. We could find the people that are marked and maybe even approach them depending on who they are. I don't know what sort of folk we're going to be looking at, but if they're approachable and talkable, we can offer to help protect them. We could point out maybe they know some of the dead people already. You know what I mean? We could be like, hey, you know, someone's maybe you guys are being hunted. You should stick with us.
You're
We've been
next
hired
on the
to protect
list.
us.
Yeah, you're next on the list.
Yeah. And then maybe we can plan some kind of place to draw them, at least to see what we're dealing with before we. I wouldn't think going marching straight down into the salty
crypt of
fissure is the way to go. Yeah, we probably should do a little research first, right? Get
I mean,
Deglin
if
talking
we
to
come
them.
across one of their
Agree with
bodies,
the move.
we can get a lot of information after the
Oh
fact.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah. Not having
Dead men don't tell lies.
existing bodies seems like a really mean thing for DM John to have done. Actually, if I'm honest, I think that's kind of cruel.
Dead men don't tell lies.
Oh man,
Where are the bodies? Burnt. Moving on.
that's right. I think that's a great idea. Being able to kind of stake out, approach who we need to once we get the names, and then decide from there. See which, I like that idea, and then dictate
wait on this
dictate the
information and-
battlefield. Well, yeah, and then hopefully dictate where we want to encounter whatever it is we want to encounter. As
I guess we'll have
opposed
to
to
keep worrying about these guys, right? Because if these guys are competition, or if they've been hired too, are they sending us out as the vanguard to do the hard work?
Does any of us
make some feeble attempt to steal the gains from us and turn them in themselves? We just got to keep an eye on them, probably.
Right. Does anyone recognize any of the names on the list? Or we haven't got the list yet?
We haven't got the list yet. No.
Okay.
So